It's your girl KP, owner and creator of House 11, coming to you with another video focusing on the summer solstice. Look at me, the summer solstice and Cancer season. Woo! So, what is the summer solstice? The summer solstice is basically where the day is the longest that it's going to be in the calendar year, right? And so the sun has reached its high point, and up until this point, for the first 6 months of the calendar year from January, we could have been doing a lot of deep integration work and figuring out how to turn these dark aspects of ourselves, the situations that we're in, into something that is more feasible for our energy and more aligned to the desires that we have. And so with the sun being at its highest point, it is now time for us to really think about what we have done in the last 6 months and what do we want our next 6 months to look like coming to this point. And so the summer solstice is a point of reflection, but it is also a point of initiations because it's the beginning of a new season, summer. So with it being an initiation point for a new season, this is a time where we could be thinking about how we want to switch things up. How do we want things to look? Where do we want to go from here? It could also be a point of figuring out what needs to be let go and what needs to be switched up so that we are aligning to the things that we want to bring forth in our life, whether it be new relationships, a new career, new ways of getting money, new ways of taking care of ourselves, right? And the theme that's more so highlighted because it also falls on this day is Cancer season. Cancer season has started today. The sun is at 0 degrees Cancer. So themes of love, empathy, ancestral work, things regarding our family, specifically with the women in our family, feminine energy, how we take care of ourselves, self-love, and really getting deep into our emotional capabilities and our emotional stability and our emotional intelligence. Those are the things that are being highlighted. So how have you been emotionally taking care of yourself? How have you been giving your power away emotionally? What are you doing in order to take care of yourself emotionally? How are you emotionally connecting with the people around you? How are you emotionally connecting with the world? These are all things that are Cancer. Now, Cancer is also a cardinal sign because it is the beginning of the summer. Aries is a cardinal sign because it's the beginning of spring. Libra is a cardinal sign because it's the beginning of fall. And Capricorn is a cardinal sign because it's the beginning of winter. So with cardinal signs, because they are the beginning of something, these are the initiator signs. They like to get things going and moving, right? And so with Cancer season, Cancer rules the moon. And the moon is all about our subconscious. It's all about our emotions. It's all about how we dig deep into the shadows of ourselves and how that is projected into the world and how it's projected into our interpersonal relationships. And so with the sun moving into Cancer, at the same time, the moon is in Aries. So it's a lot of cardinal energy that is being activated right now. Now, along with the moon in Aries is also Chiron and it's also Jupiter. So there's a lot of energy of renewal, rejuvenation, restarting, new creations being brought forth emotionally. And those are being driven by the fire of Aries. And with Aries, it's like a lot of action, a lot of passion, a lot of drive, a lot of energy that's being brought forth into this Cancerian energy. So it's very important that you be mindful of the emotions that are coming up for you during this time. Being mindful of the thoughts that are coming across your mind as well. You know, with Chiron being the wounded healer, there could be feelings of not being comfortable where you are at in this moment in your life. And so the summer solstice is coming to tell you that this is a reflection point. It's not a time for you to wallow in what's going on, but for you to take a objective look at what has happened up until this point and make the necessary changes so that the next 6 months are in better alignment for you and your higher purpose and for whatever you want to bring forth in your life. I also noticed that Neptune being in Pisces and Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, they're both at 25 degrees, which is also an Aries degree. So again, that cardinal energy of drive, courage, and passion is being heightened with those planets as well. So what does that mean for us as a collective? Well, I am going to pull some cards. What is this Cancer season going to be like? What themes and feelings and thoughts and struggles and advice does the universe have for us? Well, when I was meditating earlier, I saw a uterus pop into my mind. And I'm feeling that it's very important for women to be mindful of their womb health, being very aware of the things that they are feeding their wombs, being very mindful of the language that we use when we're talking about our wombs, making sure that we are keeping our wombs cleansed and doing consistently cleansing our wombs, because that is the center of creation, right? It's the creation of everything. So even our thoughts and our feelings, is very important that sacral energy is cleansed and is at its optimal level, so that way you can create from a healthy pace whatever you need to create, whether it's creating better relationship with yourself, creating better relationships with people, creating better projects for your job, creating ways of making money, creating healthy boundaries, things of that nature. So let's pull cards and see what's coming up. Here's this Cancer season. Bring your messages. Make sure that you're taking baths. Baths that consist of bringing in sweetness. So you want to use elements like roses, calendula, lavender, cinnamon, chamomile. What does the collector need to know for the summer solstice in Cancer season? What came out was the Four of Wands in reverse. The Eight of Swords. So definitely some people are feeling isolated. And it's very important that you start reaching back out to your community, because in your community is where you're going to be able to help yourself with not feeling alone and not feeling like you have to do everything by yourself. So the Four of Wands came out. in reverse, the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. And so what's popping out at me immediately is a lot of us are feeling tired. A lot of us are feeling beat down. A lot of us are feeling like life has not been fair to us. Life has been throwing us a lot of curveballs. And because of this, it has put us in a mental state of feeling like we are trapped. We are stuck, especially with everything that's going on. You have the recession, the markets are down, food is high, people's stamps are getting minimized in different states depending on where you live. There's a lot of things that's going on in order to make us feel frantic and make us feel fearful and feel as if we don't have any solutions on how to deal with all the things that are coming our way. And so it's very important that you don't close out anybody. Community is so important in this time right now because there's strength is there is strength in numbers. There is strength in knowing that you have a support system. Even if it's just one person, one is better than none, right? Even though we came into the world alone, it's very important that you understand that humans, we are interpersonal relationship people. We have to build with each other, and we thrive off of each other when we thrive off of other people, right? Collective energy is a thing. And so in order to combat the feeling of feeling trapped and feeling like there is nowhere to go and feeling like you are caged up and you're mentally blocked and you don't have the resources or the knowledge in order to get the things that you need, look into people that you used to connect with. Look into people that you haven't talked to in a while. Look into the people that, you kind of fell off with and start to rebuild those relationships. The Cancer season is all about family, right? Cancer is the 4th house. It rules the home. It's the mother sign. It's all about caring and nurturing and giving. And so in order to be able to receive those things, you have to tap into your community and knowing that your foundation is not as weak as you think it is, right? Even though we're individuals and we have unique talents, those unique talents, when they're brought together as a collective, it creates a beautiful thing. Your unique talent built with this person's unique talent, with this person's unique talent, can create something that is sustainable for everybody that's in your village and that's in your tribe. So that way you're not feeling as if the ending is dark, that you're at the end of the tunnel or there's no way to go from where you're at right now. It's also important that you understand that everything is a test, right? Life right now is a test because we have been at this point before. It may not look exactly the same, but there are similarities in the theme. And so Cancer is all about the past as well. So making sure that you understand and go back into history and look at how things were then in this similar times and what people have done in order to stay afloat. What have they done and what didn't they do, right? You can learn from the past. Learn about the things that they did do and learn about the things that they didn't do that could maybe be sustainable in this go around. Life is a cycle. It just goes in a circle. What comes up must come down. What is down must come back up, right? So we're not going to stay in this state forever. But you have to mentally train yourself to understand that and not get blocked in your own self-limiting thoughts, to not get blocked in your own negative thinking, to not get blocked in the emotions that come with the negative thinking, right? Emotions is something that flows. It comes and it goes. But what makes it stay is the thoughts that are attached to it. I seen that somebody put it that way on Twitter, and that really stuck with me because it's true, right? Emotion is energy in motion. What makes the energy stagnant is when we start putting thoughts into those emotions and making them stay where they're at instead of observing them from an objective point and understanding that it's happening, but it doesn't have to stay. And so, yeah, definitely get back into your community, learn and learn about what people's gifts are, learn about what people's skills are, try to find another skill for yourself, learn from other people, learn with each other, get together and build your tribe and strengthen your tribe, because it is going to be very important moving forward. Pull some more cards. What else is coming? This Cancer season is very important that, I feel like I keep saying it's very important. It's imperative that you build a solid foundation within yourself as well. Because what you don't want to happen is you start panicking, you start being fearful, and you create a group or you join forces with people who also are panicking and fearful. You have to work on strengthening your mind as well, so that way you're attracting like-minded people that are about being solution-based rather than being fear-based. Heart chakra. What else is coming up for the collective in this Cancer season? Some people are definitely feeling beat up and tired, and it's causing fear and a lack mindset. But community and bringing, and you know what's crazy about the star card? The star card is ruled by Aquarius, and so Aquarius is the individual, but it's the humanitarian. The Aquarius also rules social circles and community, and so with it being in the background, and then the Four of Wands in reverse is definitely a calling for you to be more strategic and be more forceful with getting your tribe together. I'm hearing the word hunt. Oh, you'd be like, half her video be shuffling. Ace of Cups came out and the Three of Swords came out. So yeah, that pain, people are feeling like they can't rely on other people. But the Ace of Cups is very fitting for this Cancer theme. You have to open up your heart, and you have to be able to bring love and empathy and compassion into whatever you're doing, so you're not feeling that pain, not feeling that fear, and not moving out of fear. One more card, Spirit. Get one more card for advice. What advice does the collective need? So again, people are feeling defeated. This is the background card, the Five of Swords. The mental blocks that people are having, the thoughts that people are having, the things that people are telling themselves, the communication that people are having with themselves and other people are causing a discord. And so you have to open up your heart and know that new beginnings are on the horizon. It may not seem that way, and it may not be plastered up that way and boxed up that way, but being able to see with your heart rather than your eyes is very important for the collective in this Cancer season. The Temperance card, patience, balance. As you can see, she has a flower that is growing out of her hand, right? And that flower had to start from a seed. Things don't just happen overnight, right? Things are planted, they're watered, they're fed, they're nurtured, they're loved, and they're spoken to in a certain way in order for it to grow, right? And I believe this flower is I want to say it's a tulip. And so I would definitely look up the significance of a tulip. I'm not going to sit here and fraud like I know what the spiritual connection is with tulip. But I will say that in order for things to grow, you have to have patience. If you want to see anything flourish in your life, you want to see your relationships flourish, you want to see your money flourish, you want to see your creativity flourish, whatever it is, you have to have patience and balance. You have to make sure that you are putting, people say there's no such thing as balance, right? But awareness of how much you are putting in mentally and emotionally and how you're grounding yourself is going to be very important in this Cancer season. Sorry, y'all, sun came downstairs. But yeah, so like I was saying, the Temperance card is a call for you to understand that your guides, whoever you believe in, God, the universe, your angels, your support system in the spiritual realm, they also have your back and are protecting you during these times as well. So keeping an open heart, keeping an open mind, and making sure that you are working with your tribe, building your tribe, and observing those negative thoughts, seeing where they're coming from, and then releasing them so that way you can have a solid foundation and you making the moves that is necessary for you and that is best for you. I'm hearing pregnancy. When I saw the womb, so felt like there could be women that may be starting a cycle today or within this week. And their cycles could be heavier than usual with all of the energy that is being casted upon us with the planetary bodies. Also, what I'm seeing is there's a lot of Swords energy. And so the mental stability, you want to be mindful of how you're taking care of yourself psychologically, how you are taking care of yourself mentally, how other people around you are taking care of themselves mentally. There's a lot of negative self-talk that's being pushed out. And so it's very important that you do not absorb it. You leave it where it's at. And you protect yourself from these thoughts, whether it's being projected onto you or whether you are projecting it onto yourself with your inner thoughts and inner commentary. There's no room for feeling defeated. There's no space for that. Everything is a lesson. Everything is a lesson, and everybody's lesson is unique to them. What is important is that you observe what the lesson is. You be objective about what it is that you need to learn, and you take those things from that lesson and you apply it moving further into your journey. There's an emotional abundance that's coming into people's lives as well. People, I'm feeling like people are going to be building or going to be meeting people that will change their views on what love is and what love actually looks like. And then doesn't necessarily have to be just romantically, but platonically as well. As people who have been hurt, who have been backstabbed, who have experienced heartache and loss. And when people are going through those type of things, and it could stem from anything. It could stem from a romance. It could stem from a friendship going bad. It could stem from a death. Anything could cause heartache and loss. But as humans, when we go through that, sometimes we harden our hearts and we close off the healing that is necessary in order for us to move on. And so it's important that you find balance and the emotions and the objectivity of your emotions. Life is all about flow. It's all about a flux, right? You don't want to be in one energy more than the other. Positive feeling information is collectively. Hearing the word stop and grow. Some of y'all are just going with the flow and going through emotions and not observing the emotions. You have to stop and reflect in order for your growth to happen. And the growth is not something that happens overnight, nor is it pretty. When you are growing and you are expanding, you have to go into the dark, right? You have to face the sides of yourself that you do not want to face. You have to face the things that are hardest to face, because that's where you grow through being uncomfortable, right? And if you stay in your comfort zone, there's no way that you're growing. And if you're not growing, that means you're being stagnant. And if you're being stagnant, that means that your life is not progressing. And if your life is not progressing, then eventually you're going to stop and be forced to stop and realize that you're not progressing, and you're going to have to be forced to do something about it. And so the two cards that came out, the first one is I am at peace with my age. Each age has its own special joys and experiences. I am always the perfect age for where I am in life. I like that card because as a society, we are pushed in order to have certain things at a certain age. And everybody has a different journey. Like I said earlier, everybody's life is not a cookie cutter. There's no manual to this, because everybody has a different purpose. Everybody has a different life path. Everybody has different things that they need to accomplish in order for them to ascend within their own spirit. And so it's very important that in this season, in this Cancer season, where we are being more open to love and empathy, that you don't compare yourself to other people as well. That's a part of the self-love. You are your own person. You are uniquely designed. You are uniquely you. There's nobody else like you, right? And that's what makes you special. That's what makes all of us special, because our gifts is our gifts for a reason. We were reincarnated into this realm in order to share certain gifts with the world, right? And you have to be able to identify what that gift is. Now, granted, a lot of people have similar gifts, but how you project your gift is what makes you special, right? So don't compare yourself to other people, and don't look at yourself as if, you are late to the show, or if things are happening earlier for you, like, embrace that. You know what I'm saying? Embrace where you are and be grateful for where you are. because everything is happening as it should for your own personal growth. The second one is I love and improve myself. I appreciate all that I do. I am good enough just as I am. I speak up for myself. I ask for what I want. I claim my power. And again, this just goes with this whole cardinal energy, right? Things that we want in life, we have to speak it into existence. And you have to be very clear about the things that you want. And for you to understand the things that you want, you have to understand who you are and what your powers are. And now that only comes with sitting with yourself and being still and going in. And so with Cancer season being ruled by the moon, which is dealing with the subconscious and the emotions and dealing with the shadow self, of course Pisces as well, but all water signs to a certain extent deals with these type of energies of going within and filling the waters and being still with the waters. This is where you're going to find the answers to who you are and the things that you want. And this season is where you start making those things happen. You start making the moves that's necessary in order for you to take back your power, or for you to finally walk in your power. So that is the reading for today. That is the reason for Cancer season. I want to leave off with saying that our heart is the center of our chakra system, at least for the 7 main ones. And so it's very important that you connect back to your heart when it comes to your dealings with yourself and your dealings with other people and your dealings with anything that's on your journey that you want. Your head, your mind, and your heart are two different entities, and sometimes they are aligned and sometimes they are not. Your heart is what gives you life. Your mind is always going to protect you from things that has happened and is going to tell you lies sometimes, but your heart is never going to lie to you, right? So take the time out to really dig deep into what your heart is telling you, and ignore the things that are being said to you subconsciously, to yourself, from yourself, because it's going to do anything in its power in order to protect you from being hurt. But again, your heart, your life source, is what's going to be most important for you to be able to fully tap into this Cancer season and into the summer solstice. So that's our summer solstice and Cancer season reading. Please like, subscribe, share to people who you think may resonate with this message. Let me know if you resonate with this message. Did I say subscribe already? If I not, go ahead and subscribe. Also, check out my webpage at house11.co, where I sell oils that focus on hair growth and skin repair. And I have just started to Patreon, and so I will be uploading more detailed things for each sign for Cancer season there, along with daily readings, short daily readings as well. So check that out. I will link everything down in the description box below. And thank you for spending this time with me, because I know I could be yapping, but y'all be here with me, so I appreciate that. Thank y'all, and I'll see y'all later.